Sometimes it's not the big moments that stay with us but the quiet ones. A slow walk. A splash of color. A hidden garden that appears when we're not looking for it. Today I'd like to share one such moment with you. A little story from my morning walk. It was an ordinary Sunday. I was on my way to the market, bag in hand, mind wandering just like usual. The city was waking up. Scooters humming, shop signs flipping open, a gentle breeze brushing through the alleyways. But just 50 meters from my apartment I stopped in my tracks. Right there, next to a small tailor shop. One that's been mending skirts and dresses for years. Something beautiful had bloomed. It wasn't just one plant. It was a quiet collection of flowers, vines, and shrubs. Almost as if the sidewalk itself had decided to smile. First there was the silk tree, or Albizia julibrissin. Its pink, feather-like blossoms floating like clouds. In Chinese we call it the flower of togetherness and joy. A fitting name. Just seeing it made me pause and smile. Beside it stood the bold hibiscus, its fiery red petals wide open, soaking up the sun like a dancer reaching for the sky. I always think hibiscus blooms look like nature's celebration. Then I noticed clusters of lantana. Tiny flowers but bursting with color, yellow, orange, pink, all packed tightly together. They reminded me of the patchwork quilts my grandmother used to make. Tucked among them was something more delicate, Duranta repens. Its trailing branches and tiny violet-blue flowers looked like bits of lace stitched into the air. Just when I thought I'd seen it all, I noticed a bloom hanging like a chandelier. Yes, the Hibiscus schizopetalus, its petals curled and frilled as if dancing in a breeze that only it could feel. Along the edge of the sidewalk, creeping gently, was the lavender-colored lantana montevidensis. It hugged the curb with grace, softening the concrete edge with quiet beauty. And then the crown of thorns stood proudly, delicate red blooms nestled among its spiny branches. Life, after all, is always a balance between softness and strength. Just beside the shop door I saw something unexpected, lots of red berries. An elderberry bush. Its white flower clusters looked like stars gathered in a bouquet. Elderberries are said to have healing qualities, and somehow that felt right for a place that mends clothes. The shop had even placed pots of variegated pothos. Their leaves spilled from hanging baskets, fresh and lush, adding green to the floral palette. The shop had thoughtfully arranged several pots of arrowhead vines near the entrance. Their arrow-shaped leaves, in shades of soft green with delicate white veining, cascaded gracefully over the rims of hanging baskets. The foliage tumbled down like a gentle green waterfall, adding layers of texture and a touch of wild elegance to the blooming scene. Their fresh, vibrant presence brought balance to the floral display, calming, grounding, and quietly beautiful. There were even several happiness trees. Yes, that's its real name, standing tall and leafy by the street. It felt like a quiet wish planted right into the soil. And growing low to the ground by the stair was the airy Chinese asparagus fern. So fine and soft, it looked like nature had painted it with a tiny brush. One plant stood out more than the rest. The croton, its wild, multicolored leaves shifting from green to yellow to deep red. It looked like autumn captured in a single plant. And last but never least, the bougainvillea. Its bright bracts climbed and tumbled over the shop's sign, catching the sunlight in hues of magenta and coral. I stood there for a while, just breathing. It wasn't a park. It wasn't a garden. It was just a small strip of life beside a dress shop. And yet, it felt like a gift. These are the small joys in the city. A quiet patch of beauty, a moment of calm, and maybe that's all we need sometimes. Thank you for joining me on this little walk. May you find your own blooming surprises just around the corner.